and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. If you'd like to support our show, please use our Amazon affiliate link below. Today, I'm going to show you the best way to prune brown leaf tips off of plants. So you can see I have a Dracaena here, and we do have some brown leaf tips on this beauty here, which doesn't make the plant look as nice as it could. So Dracaenas are very prone, highly prone to getting brown leaf tips, as are certain other species. The spider plant's another one that can get some brown leaf tips, but it really shows on the Dracaenas. And as you can see, it just becomes unsightly looking. So it's very handy that you can cut off the brown leaf tips and make the plant look a lot better. So I'm going to show you that right here on this one. Gotta find it here. Okay, so I've got the leaf here, and I'm going to, what you want to do is you want to cut as close to the brown as possible, but you want to take off the brown, right? So you can't always go to the curve of the brown, but the closer you can get, the better. It'll last longer before it starts to brown up a little bit, and you have to prune a little bit more, cut a little bit more off. So you can see this here. And now the plant looks a lot better without having that. However, it now is a little bit on the blocky side, right? So it doesn't really quite look normal. So what I like to do is make it more of a tapered look, like the other leaves, so that it looks more natural. Now, of course, if someone comes up and looks at it very closely, there's a little more on there here, brown edging here. If someone looks really closely, they're going to say, oh, you know, that's been cut. But if they glance at it, which most people are glancing at plants, and you get the whole look of the plant too, then it's going to look pretty good, right? So it's going to have that a nice rounded look to it, where you wouldn't really notice unless you were looking for it. So I'm going to do that on another leaf, one over here. Find that guy here. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to make kind of a curve there, make it as natural as possible. You will find that sometimes in the nurseries and the wholesale growers, they'll just kind of like snip it off straight off. That is not always, it never really looks that natural, right? So you can also, if they've done that to a plant, one of your plants, then you can also curve it as well. So as I mentioned, the plant, when you do this, they will tend to get a little bit of a crispy edge later on, and that's just naturally what will happen. But it won't get the really bad crispy brown tips unless you're having some cultural problems with your plant. I do have a video on all about the causes of the brown leaf tips and how to try to prevent them. So you want to take a look at that too, to give you an idea of what to do to prevent this from happening in the first place, right? So right now I'm just showing you about how to get them off of there, and as nicely as possible, and in a way that makes it look natural for the plant as well. And it shows you that the plant looks a lot better once you do get those brown leaf tips off. So this plant had a few. It wasn't too bad, but it did have a few brown leaf tips. This plant's actually been in a revival series because of a pH problem. And that it was actually the pH being off that caused problems for this plant in terms of brown leaf tips. Oop, I see another one here that I missed. Got to find that guy here. So I can get that one off because it looks like it's the last one here. So there it is, hiding underneath. So there's different reasons, as I mentioned, for the brown leaf tips. I do cover them in the brown leaf tip video. But for now, I want to show you about how to do it. Like I said, getting as close to the original as possible, but getting off those brown leaf tips. And now you can get a good look at this plant and see how pretty it looks now with a lot less brown leaf tip issues going on here. And you can see when you glance at it, it looks natural the way it's done. So make it as natural, as smooth as possible. Go with whatever the shape of the leaf is. And all houseplants have different types of shapes of leaves. Even within the same species of plant, you're going to get some different leaf shapes. So, but here you see, looking pretty good. I see a little bit of a browning starting somewhere I'll have to get rid of, but overall looking nice and brown leaf tip free. So the plant won't have so much of that eyesore thing going on. Just got rid of that one other little area that had some the brown spotting. So there we go with that. So now you can see the plant looks really nice. And it is also good to get these brown leaf tips off as well, because they will spread. They will a lot of times continue to brown out, and then the whole leaf browns out, and then you lose the leaf. So you're cutting half a leaf as opposed to just a little bit of the leaf. So good idea to prune them off when you see them to stop it. And then also, as mentioned, find out the root cause of the brown leaf tips and try to deal with it so that you don't have to be doing this cutting later on. Thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And please check the bell if you'd like to be notified when new videos are released.